Right now, the day's biggest news stories from a Vegas perspective. This is the Vegas Take with Sharp and Shapiro. 1, 2,
3. All right, welcome back. It is the Vegas Take. Sharp and Shapiro. Rolling out the red carpet, baby, for hour number 3. So glad you could join us. Don't worry, we're going to get to this Alex Jones, this idiot from InfoWars, who was arrested for DUI. He has his own conspiracy theories on what happened there. We'll get to that coming up here in just a little bit. We'll get to the hate mail. Don't worry about that. There's plenty of it to go around today. But we've been talking a lot about the coronavirus, right? We've been talking a lot about how serious it is. Now, certainly the guy we have with us on the line right now, he's put himself into self-quarantine because he's so scared of the coronavirus. But he's also a porn actor, and he made his own porn, a coronavirus porn. I don't even know what that is, but he's going to explain it to us. His name is Chase Poundher, and he joins us right now on the line. Chase, what's going on, man?
What's up, Chase?
Hey, thanks for having me on the show. I really appreciate it.
No problem. Okay, let's start with this porn that you made. What is exactly a coronavirus porn? What exactly did you do? Explain it to us, PG-13, if you can, sir.
Yeah, definitely. So I got the idea from the old Delta Airlines safety videos where they added comedy aspects while teaching you how to obviously be prepared in case of, accidents or emergencies. And it was the only one I ever watched because they'd always have celebrities in there, funny things happening. They don't do that anymore. But I've been censored on many other platforms where, we just get shadow banned immediately, even non-adult related things. And I came up with an idea to be able to spread some basic awareness for this, that people could take it seriously by creating a viral video with comic relief, but with core principles overall, though, on how to, what actions you should take to protect yourself.
So is it true that the woman is it true that the woman that is in this porn with you is Asian American?
Yeah, she does. She's a mix between lots of things, but yeah, she does have Asian in her.
So do you think that's what helped make this a coronavirus porn?
I think we could have done it without that, actually.
I see.
I think it would still go either way. That
Gotcha.
wasn't really the premise. In fact, that wasn't in any of our planning thinking that would help at all.
Okay, fair enough.
I think having an Asian American or an Asian woman in that definitely helped that. So you're saying you started out you wanted this to be a tutorial, basically.
No, well, we figured if we could get a viral outreach, we could have follow-up videos once we have that, which is what we're kind of doing now.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. So did you ever imagine that this porn video that you made would go viral the way it has? Because how many people have actually seen this? It's gone crazy, right?
Yeah. So we actually had one that was taken down on a different site. So adding all the numbers together, it's quite a lot. Pornhub, it's about 160,000 right now,
Holy
but the number is
smokes.
north of 500,000.
Oh my
If you add
God.
up all the different sites, it's spread to
And this is
somewhere between 500,000 and 1 million.
That's incredible. Okay, so this video you did is with your girlfriend, right? It's a home porn.
Yep.
Is that fair to say? All right.
Yeah.
So you're wearing all the getup, right? You're wearing the masks and all that stuff.
Yeah,
Where did
which
you
I
go?
want to address something with that, but
So, yeah, so you're wearing the masks and all that getup and all that other stuff. So what would you say to people that would tell you, well, wait a second, you're mocking the fact that people have died from the coronavirus. You're making light of a very serious situation. What would be your response to that?
I think a lot of people aren't taking this serious, and that it takes that to get people to think about it. If someone comes out and challenges it that way, I think that's fantastic because they're taking it serious. I think no one has been taking this serious for the last month, and we're acting like it's not here. We haven't been testing anyone. You know what I mean? It's like, U.S. cases are low. We're letting everybody. I got a text from my friend this morning saying, hey, I'm coming to Las Vegas on the 19th. We got to hang out. And I'm like, what are you talking about? This is a pandemic. As of this morning, who finally calls it a pandemic? It's been a pandemic for a while now. And I feel like, so the more people who comment about that, I think that's great. That mask has already had use. It was already going to, it's pretty much ready to be pitched. I used it quite a long time. I have a better mask that's N99 rated now. I also shaved because that video was made a while ago, and there's a lot of studies showing that, facial hair breaks the seal. That was
Chase,
one thing I did bad in the video,
say,
and we tried to update that.
Chase, I have to say you're much more calculated than I expect you to be.
Oh, no, if you lay this, I'm not a porn star. I am not. That is a side fun hobby.
For the record, I have never had sex in a hazmat suit. What does that feel like?
Well, I haven't done a full hazmat, but but I hope to experience that one day. But the mask was a great time.
So you're not
Mask was a great time.
you're not the only person that has done this. There are others that have made these types of coronavirus porn. Some videos titled "Deserted Wuhan," another one says "TSA agent detains woman suspected of coronavirus." So you're certainly not the first person to do this. You probably won't be the last person to do this. Do you plan on making any more videos?
I definitely do plan on making more videos. And every day, the numbers and facts that I get from multiple sources, all reliable, change. Like what the World Health Organization and the CDC and the U.S. government say are all different numbers, and it seems really tough to, weigh these down on what's real. So you got to logic it out, lay down all the numbers on the table, and figure out what this actually is. And all I have figured out is no one really fully knows what this is now. A lot of people are like, oh, the death rate's low. The World Health Organization says it's 3.4%. That's massive. The common flu is, 0.1%, according to the director, National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Disease.
Wow.
And that's a significant increase. Now, then Trump comes out and says, oh, we're thinking it's about 1%. But none of these are calculating when our healthcare system that's already at stressed capacities won't be able to handle this. Once you have that, people who normally could go, 10% of people needed intensive care, ICU units, breathing machines, things like that. That's Italy. Sorry, I should clarify that.
Right.
In Italy, it was about 10%.
For the record, I just want to say I think you might be one of the smartest porn stars I've ever interviewed in my life. His name is not a knock against porn stars, but I'm just saying you sound extremely intelligent.
You do sound very bright.
Yeah.
Katie Morgan was pretty smart too, Brian.
Yes, she was. His name is Chase Poundher.
I do like your name as well.
Yeah, I do like that name. It's got a nice little, I don't know, what's the word I'm looking for? It's got a nice...
bang, a nice little bang.
Nice little bang to it, for lack of a better term. Okay, Chase, so you said that you think people are searching for this as a silly novelty, and you think it's a minority of people who are actually pleasuring themselves to this type of content. So of the half a million people that have watched your coronavirus porn, how many people do you think have actually pleasured themselves to it?
That is such a tough question. I would say, given that normally your experience on Pornhub is jumping around different videos while continuously stroking it, I would assume quite a lot of them, even though it wasn't their original purpose and they might be confused halfway through.
For the record,
good. Let's say a third.
For the record, our producer Jason Stein has informed me that he's watched the video and he hasn't pleasured himself, but he wasn't looking at your girlfriend. That's what he told me. I don't know if that's true or not. So have you made these types of videos before? Not coronavirus porn, but have you made other types of videos, home videos before in regards to this stuff?
I guess all of our porn are technically home videos because, as I said, it is more of a hobby. I'm actually a small business owner. I have a handful of employees. It's a virtual reality video game development company. And so that's the primary task. So every porn we do make is homemade. As for viral videos with funny concepts to spread, no, I've never attempted to do that. But I really broke down a lot of logic and did a lot of studying into how to create one before I jumped in. And I originally had 3 concepts, and I'm like, we're going to hit it on one of these. We luckily got it on the first time. But now that we have that traction, we can release follow-up videos that have a little more information. I don't know if you've seen the second one, but the second one is more like, okay, here we got them. Now let's inform them.
I think Brian's next question is going to be, are those home videos available for him to purchase, actually? Have you monetized? Have you monetized this so far?
Yes. The hobby started more for fun, and it turned very profitable very quickly. So, yes, I could actually sustain myself just on that now very comfortably. But littlesquirtles.com is where you can get all that stuff.
What is that website called again?
Little Squirtles. That is my girlfriend's name. We kind of do everything under her.
So Squirtles, SQUIRTLES, Squirtles?
Yep.
So
okay,
why? So in all seriousness, Mr. Poundher, why are you in self-quarantine? Do you really think? Don't you think that is making this, maybe you're overblowing the situation a little bit?
I don't think so. We did this very logically. I brought this up to my whole team, actually, and I talk about this in my second video, that we could have been doing this way earlier. And I think it would be helping our economy a lot right now, because a lot of the jobs right now can be transferred to remote operations. A lot of jobs in this country, a vast amount of jobs. And the fact that we don't even attempt to do that early, now we're going to be struggling. I guarantee everybody's going to be trying to figure out how to work remote right now. I brought it in. It was still chill. I knew this was coming. I talked to my team. We did this end of January, and I'm like, hey, let's start building up the tools we need. You know, you have Asana for task management. We got, TeamViewer for remote computer interactions. We got Slack for lines of communication. And, we lined it all up, and there hasn't been one hiccup in our operation during this whole thing, and there won't be, because we planned for it. Mm-hmm. And I think that's one thing that, because everyone in America right now is, our numbers are low, this is nothing, this is going to pass, this is, they compare it to SARS and MERS, swine flu, whatever it is. But the fact is, we don't know. And anytime when this comes in, even the top people in charge don't fully know. And that's with anything. I mean, there's so many unknowns right now. And it's like, if it's unknown, you have to expect it's the worst. This is my idol, Bill Gates. I don't know if you've seen his studies, but he's been running pandemic scenario simulations and fun things to figure out how prepared we are for a long time, through 2016 all the way through 2018. Mm-hmm. And he concluded we are not ready for this. And he said this will happen in our lifetime. And even now he's like, until we know otherwise, we should expect the worst. That's what he said.
You must have the coolest girlfriend in the world, because I'm wondering how this conversation starts. Do you just go up to your girlfriend and say, hey, you know what, honey? I want a million people to see us naked having sex on camera, wearing these masks and everything. Like, can you explain to me how that first conversation goes with your girlfriend?
Yeah, that's true. We're pretty chill, and we just have a fun time. Literally everything we've done is more just because we want to, and it's fun. I'm more than financially stable, so that makes our content great because you can do what you want. But when I brought this up, I've been talking about this with friends and family, and no one is taking me serious. No one. I mean, I sold all the stocks I had. A lot of my portfolio is very wide, and I did a mass sell at the peak, which is great. And I tried to tell my brother and dad, who are huge investors, to do the same. They're like, oh, no, we're just going to have this mic, and then it'll be fine. Everything will recover. Now, of course, they're all doing the panic thing with everyone else. But these actions, it was frustrating. I couldn't get any point across. I'm not a viral YouTuber. I don't have any outreach. I'm kind of an introvert, so I make more and put it out there. But we kind of just stay inside and do our own thing. We just like to hang out with each other. So I have no platform. And I felt so helpless watching this unfold. I have timelines that are saved, on Google Docs where you have, IP timestamps on things from 2 months ago, plotting out all the timelines of all the countries I've been running down and what's going to happen here. And U.S. who's behind anyone because we don't have any test kits. Our test kits were faulty. I don't know if you heard of that whole thing or watched that part, but we've been sitting here blind, letting it just spread like wildfire. And we're going to get these test kits and all of a sudden see this explosion. And, the quarantine's already starting outside New York City, but they're going to, you can't really quarantine at a time once it's already everywhere. You got to catch it early.
Well, for the record, there were definitely a few explosions in your video. There's no question about that.
But no, so there's supposedly 7 million test kits by the end of the week, but obviously the population of the United States is 350, so that's only 5%. It does seem to affect the sick. Basically, just get a lot more sick. The elderly tend to die in these type of situations, especially if they have underlying health conditions. You're really intelligent about this subject. Do you have kind of a conspiracy theorist perspective? Do you believe that it's a man-made disease, or do you think it actually came from Wuhan, China, from these fresh markets and having people interact with animals in ways that they shouldn't?
So this is actually a really good question. And I've been thinking about this a lot back and forth. And honestly, I don't think we're ever going to know. And that's okay. My opinion on the matter is, there's a lot of coincidences that they originally said it was the seafood market in Wuhan, China. But the problem is they have confirmed that it went into the market before it came out of the market. So that wasn't the original source. Now, it is also a coincidence that the only level 4 grade biochemical lab in all of China happens to be pretty close to that seafood market. So if it was man-made, there's a lot of options. Yeah, they could have released it, and maybe they're doing it for, population control because, China's GDP has been on a decline overall year after year now. So obviously they have to do something pretty intense. Do I really think they did that? Probably not. What I think, if it is a man-made virus, because I know they do have known coronaviruses in that lab, amongst any other level 4 chemical lab, a lot of people have been doing research on it. And it seems very plausible to me to have an accident, have a human maybe not fully sterilized before they leave it, or, human error. Sure. That's what I think. If it is man-made, I really don't think someone really wanted to unleash this on us.
I agree. I agree 150%.
An accident is very plausible.
Yeah, I think
plausible.
I think that's what happened here. Okay, let me ask you the most serious question in this entire interview, at least in my personal opinion. Is there any chance that I can be trapped and self-quarantined with your girlfriend for at least 5 minutes? Is that possible?
How much do you got?
I like that. Not enough, my friend.
And can I be included?
Not enough.
Now, Brian, is that greed?
Let me answer his question.
All
First
right,
of all,
fine.
not enough. Number two, I never play helicopters, so that is not going to happen.
So, Brian, is that greed on Chase's behalf, or is that just capitalism?
I think it's the fact that he has a very hot girlfriend and they're very smart and they know how to make money. And if she agrees to it, then, it's like Demi Moore and Woody Harrelson in that movie at the Westgate. What's that movie called?
It's Supply and Demand.
Well, no, that's not the name of the movie. The name of the movie is not Supply and Demand. What is the movie with Demi Moore and Woody Harrelson where
this is going to drive me crazy.
Indecent Proposal. Indecent Proposal.
Okay,
Yeah. I will not give your girlfriend the coronavirus. I promise you I don't have that disease. I have the pasty, bald, white skin disease, but many of us have that.
Hey, Chase, are you refusing to shake hands with anybody new at this point, or anybody at all?
Yeah. I don't even leave the house except for bare necessity. I mean, I got months of food supply for me and my girl. I did very early. We got water. I even have solar panel systems so I can switch over to full remote. I'm not planning to move anywhere until I know this is fine.
Right.
Until I know with 100% certainty.
JD wants to ask you all the serious questions, so I'm going to continue to ask you all the ridiculous questions. Is it a possibility of any of your sperm has the coronavirus? Is that possible?
Impossible.
How can you say that? You're not a scientist. You're a coronavirus porn star.
That is very true. But as of now, with current knowledge, it looks like their quarantines are 14 days. They said it might be up to 21 days now. They don't know. But I haven't had any human contact for well over 30.
All right, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I am going to watch your video, and only for show purposes. Nothing to do with the fact that your girlfriend is absolutely hot.
Research and development.
Yeah, I'm just going to do. I'm going to do a little bit.
I do a lot of research and development on our quality control.
I bet you do.
Too.
One of these days, you have to promise us when everything is all good with this coronavirus stuff, and hopefully it's gone. I want you and your girlfriend to come in with all this getup. I want you to come in with
would love to.
The whole 9 yards. You are more than welcome, my friend. Chase Poundher, thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate it.
Do we have time for one more little thing?
Absolutely.
People who are afraid of this death rate and saying that it's not going to affect them, they aren't in the targets. Well, this is kind of unrelated, but just something to point out there. The American Academy of Neurology did a huge study at the end of 2017 and determined that the virus that causes mono may have a severe increased risk for MS later in life. So these action-reaction, it may go away, but who knows? This thing is only 3 months old. And this could have some serious effects. 5 years, you get the virus, you survive. 5 years from now, who knows what you get. We really don't know what this is actually doing to the body.
Well,
so I just want to throw that in there.
I just want to throw this in there. Your girlfriend might, those commercials that say if you have a 4-hour erection, you need to seek help. Your girlfriend might, if I watch your video, your girlfriend might do that to me. So I hold you and your girlfriend personally responsible for that, Mr. Poundher.
Brian, just don't buy your Viagra from Russia.
I will. Chase, I appreciate you having a good time with us, man. Thanks for coming on, and congratulations on your video going viral, my friend. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
All right, thank you very much.
Thanks a lot, Chase.
I love that. No, call him Mr. Poundher, okay? Call him Mr. Chase Poundher. Thank you so much for joining us. Coming up next, an update on Harvey Weinstein. He's going to jail for a very, very long time. We'll bring you that coming up next with our producer, Jason Stein. This is the Vegas Take on the all-new 101.5 FM, 720 AM, KDAWN.